So respond to Senator Biden's point, though. His question is, what next? And the concern is that a precipitous pullout will create chaos.
Well, you know, I had this plan, George, that I've been circulating for a few years now, and I've talked to members of Congress about it, and I have it in legislative form, and that is, we need to recognize that it's time to end the occupation. Congress must cut off the funds. The administration must be told no more money. There's money there to bring the troops home, for sure. But when you cut off the funds, you go to the world community, you say, look, we know the occupation's been fueling the insurgency. We're going to close the bases, end the occupation, bring our troops home, and once you do that, the international community will be prepared to have a peacekeeping and security force move in. Now, I've talked to people at the UN, people who've worked at international security and peacekeeping missions, and military experts about this, and they agree. End the occupation, that's the first step, but it's not enough. You have to have another program in place that has to work parallel, and that is a program for reconciliation between the Shiites, the Kurds, and the Sunnis. The U.S. occupation, it will not permit that to happen. We have to have honest reconstruction. We have to get the Halliburtons and all these other contractors out of Iraq, because they're cheating the Iraqi people and they're cheating the American taxpayers, and give jobs to the Iraqi people so they can support their families. We have to also make sure that there's a program for reparations. Over 650,000 innocent civilians have died. We have a moral obligation. Our moral standing in the world is at risk here, and we have to have a plan that includes reparations. We have to do more than that. We have to stop trying to steal the oil that belongs to the people of Iraq. I mean, I think that, oh yes, I mean, I would just ask the audience, what was the biggest reason we went to Iraq? Oil! Thank you. And I would say that most American people are aware that if Iraq had not had oil, highly unlikely we would have gone in there. And the reason right now why privatization is on the table is because the Bush administration is doing everything it can to stay in Iraq so they can use their resources and influence to affect the privatization of oil, and it's wrong. We need to make sure the Iraqi people control their oil and stop any efforts to try to change their national laws. Now, the next point is that we have to stabilize Iraqi's food and energy prices. The Baker-Hamilton report called for those prices to start to rise. It's wrong. We need to make sure the Iraqi people are not going to continue to be desperate. We also have to stop any structural readjustment policies of the IMF or the World Bank that inevitably come in when a country needs loans to rebuild. We have to protect Iraq from that as well. And we have to have a reconciliation program between Iraqis and the American people, because we did real harm to the people there. They had no quarrel with us. That war is illegal. It continues to be illegal. Our occupation is illegal. My plan will work, and it's being circulated now, and it is the only peace plan that exists. I was right from the beginning on this, and if people want real leadership, I'm ready.